Hooray! How long did it take for us to convert freaking Alexandria? We established our glorious Egyptian converting vassal. They couldn't do it. They went reformed. They converted it to reformed, but finally, the glorious province of Alexandria with its 23 urban development, its continental art and culture center. This is the center of the Middle East and North African art and culture right here with its local university. Good old center of trade, though. Finally Catholic. We can start to get this whole region cleaned up. And Africa is beginning to do some conversions, or rather, I actually think it's all just being done by these religious centers are doing most of the conversions. World news update. Not a great deal has changed. I annexed these two northern Incan nations. Just clearing up a couple of rebels they spawned. We are coring 3 provinces in colonial Peru, and we're going to core these 3 provinces here to form colonial Colombia. Castile actually has their capital in colonial Colombia now, and is colonizing the rest of it, which is kind of fun. Unfortunately, because their capital is in a colonial region, they can't form new colonial regions, which was the whole reason why I kept them around. So I may just annex them soon. But, I mean, you know, they're colonizing 4 provinces. Maybe 3 provinces right now. That's not bad. I think I'll probably just leave them to it, because eventually they might start colonizing up here in North Africa. Sorry, North America, where it'd actually be helpful, because we need, obviously, to kill these natives. We are able to take Expiration Ideas once we get to Avintech 44, which is only 2 away. And then we will be spending, unfortunately, a bit of Diplo points that I'd rather spend on integration on getting these first 3 parts of exploration. The other thing we could do we have a policy? Okay, good. We only have to get the first idea in exploration. Once we take the quest for the New World, we retake the policy that grants us a colonist. And then using our conquistadors from Quest of the New World and that colonist, we will hopefully be able to make our way through North America. Remember, our income it's a little high. It's lower than it has been because my army expenses are rising. And so is our public tolls. I built a lot of universities recently. So, you know, our income is it's not superb. We have full level 5 advisors except Mill, don't we? Yeah, good. Just checking. Yeah, also, problem with colonization is we're not taking Diplotech anymore, so we're not going to get the last, what is that, like 15, 16 odd colonial settler increase. But with this much income, we could afford to support a lot of colonies simultaneously. And we will do that, because I want to complete this world conquest, in case that hasn't become perfectly clear. It's 4 years, until we can go to war with the Chinese again. And I'm basically not going to start any new wars until then. I wrapped up all these islands. I finished off Mali while I had some men over there. We've got some men going to wrap up these guys. I'm trying to do wars that are remote and will take time, but not really much overextension. I've also built a large selection of forts in this region here. Big section of forts here, which has managed to help combat unrest in the region. Mostly not because the forts themselves are doing it, although they do a tiny bit, but because when a rebel sieges a province next to a fort, it doesn't give it the malice, which often increases separatism. The war with Perm, which I declared just so we would never stop being at war, so our tribal levies don't get sent home, is actually, amusingly enough, we might lose, because obviously it's ticking war score against us. I'm hoping that length of war is about to start ticking in our favor. But did they remove length of war from... I mean, there's still a negative length of war. Maybe they removed positive length of war reasons for peace in MEIOU and Taxes. Maybe that's the problem that causes the infinite wars. Anyway, I suspect we'll be able to piece them out eventually. I'm not sure how, but they're not going to get more than 25 war score against us, because obviously the ticking is about to stop. We can't get access through Muscovy for like another 10 years, so a bit problematic. The plan for Zhao is a bold one, though I say so myself, and it's going to make my gameplay less enjoyable, but those are the things that I do for world conquests. So we're going to declare war on Zhao, we're going to take a whole bunch of land, and then we're going to truce break about approximately, exactly, 1 month after the end of the war. We're going to lose 3 stability. It is 3, isn't it? Just to make absolutely sure. Yeah, we're going to lose 3 stability. We're going to get all kinds of revolts, and I'm going to handle it, basically. We have enough men. We have a huge transport fleet. I currently possess 330 transports. We can transport 2/3 of our army around the world at very high speed to deal with revolts in different locations. Basically, the only place I'm expecting revolts is here, in the Chinese land itself, of course, and in the Russian territories. Those are the only areas I'm really expecting revolts. Also, we have some religious unrest in Egypt right now because it's recently integrated, but it's being converted fairly rapidly. In fact, I have a free missionary, so go ahead, convert some more of those Sunni heathens. Meanwhile, I'm pouring money into more and more manufactories and things, partly for fun, but partly because it does generate some good income over here. As you can see, there are a large number of manufactories spread throughout the world here, funneling all their wealth into Italy. Although, actually, I think, isn't Iberia going north? No, you are sending it to the Tyrrhenian right now. Good, because our control in the northwest is slightly lower. Annexation of Aquitaine ongoing. Pretty much where we're at. I'm not taking this ever. I'm never going to take these two. Those admin points are solidly earmarked for expansion capacity. I'm not coring either, because I think gaining expansion capacity will actually will lower our overextension by more for a lower cost in admin points, just by doing that. When we got the 5% last time, we actually saw a 300% reduction in overextension. It was glorious. All right, I'll see you probably when it's time for the Chinese War, which for me will be in like an hour and a half. This is why, by the way, if you're doing a world conquest, you should have a stupid number of boats. Look at this. This is absurd. We have, whatever this is, like 120,000 men positioned to deal with these rebels. And because I have so many boats, I have enough transport fleets to get them all out of here and to wherever else they need to be almost instantly, because boats travel so fast, so much faster than troops can walk. You know, we have a big rebellion in Russia, or Muscovy declares war, not that that would happen, or we want to go to war with China. I can have these men in China ready to go in this port in, what is that, like 6 months. Walking there would take freaking donkey's years, but you can get them around really, really fast. This is why I very often end up switching in the later game from having most of my ships being trade ships to most of my ships being transport ships. It's extremely useful for doing world conquests. I'm feeling good again about this world conquest, by the way. I know I'll feel bad when I break the truce and start getting horrible rebels spawning everywhere. Although we will immediately get back up to stability 1, which is nice based on the amount of stability we currently have. But right now I'm feeling pretty good. I think we're going to pull it off. We've got 135 years left. Which is quite a long time, honestly. Obviously, if this was a normal game, we'd only have 100 years, but we'll see. Things could still go badly wrong, though. Like, you know, we have a revolution fire, or aspiration for liberty. That'll be pretty horrendous. We are going to break truce, remember. That's going to bring us down to 0 stability. We'll just have to, I will then immediately grant a privilege or a favor in order to cause my stability check to happen. If you're not familiar, your stability increases when your stability points are higher than the threshold, which to go from 0 to 1 is 150. And, is that right? Yeah, 150. And it checks either once a year, I think, or whenever you do something that actively changes your stability points. And one way you can actively change your stability points and therefore make it check whether you should go up a stability is by offering favors. I'm considering, and I think I am going to start doing this, I'm going to stop building as many buildings. I'm just going to give gifts to the greater and lesser nobles until they have 95 loyalty. Because that's going to really, really help with unrest. And we're making enough money that we can afford to do that. We may want to also, I mean, the problem, we just can't revoke privileges. We could from the lessers and the burghers, but we cannot revoke privileges from the greaters at this point. It would be suicide. Because with 37% influence, they can cause just way too many problems. Alright, back to it. Today is a glorious day, because I didn't notice when we annexed Egypt, that was the final part of the Reformation. There no longer exists in this world any vestige, in state form that is, of any of Luther's heretical stain Europe has been cleansed. Glorious. There are still, I think, 3 provinces in the world that remain loyal. Very appropriately, southwest Toulouse is remaining loyal to the Reformed faith. There was actually a crusade to remove reformers from this region, and I've seen some castles stormed in that crusade in this region. It was very cool, so I like that that's the final part of some reformed stuff going on there. There are also some Protestants and reformed people holding out in Ireland, but these 3 tiny pockets of Luther's stain on the world will soon be expunged, and the Pope shall once again reign supreme. What that means, in practice, is not existing Christian heresies. It's 25 for each. We are now getting them from Reformed, which puts the Pope at 445 papal authority, which means I was just able to send for a papal legate for the first time in ages, which is pretty good. Because I think that one requires, it doesn't seem to say it there, so maybe I'm talking rubbish. But I thought that required a certain amount of papal authority. Yeah, bless ruler requires the Pope's authority to be strong. But yeah, I think, can we holy war again? Oh, nice, we can, but only once in a generation for each country. Cool, and saints, obviously there has to be a candidate being considered for sainthood. But yeah, that's fantastic news. So we've now got Catholic patriarchates. Don't we have those? Isn't Alexandria? Yeah, this is a patriarchate. Huh. I think that might be a bug. Or maybe it just hasn't recalculated yet anyway. But yeah, I think that's pretty darn cool. Death to the Reformation. Glorious. Okay, the time has come. The truce, oops, not the timeline view. The truce with Zhao has just ended. I actually thought it was next year, but it just ended. We have assembled our forces. We've got 9 armies, 32,000 each. We've got using 2 compositions right now. I'm transitioning away from the 24-8 to the 16-4-12. I want to get sieges done nice and quick. I also want the half stack to be more effective at sieges. So we're going to be using an 8-2-6 when we want to use a 18 stack army. Obviously, the naval transports can stay the same at their 32 size. So we're ready now, I think. Zhao, hello. 100% of his vassals are currently disloyal. No, they're all loyal again. They were disloyal just a second ago. How did you... I don't understand. He's cheating. His mandate was at 20 a year ago, and then it was at 35, like 6 months ago, and now it's at 53. He must be getting loads of events to raise his mandate. That's really annoying. His fort defense was going to be so low. Is it because... No, he's still devastated, at least from the M&T perspective. Is he devastated from... Yeah! What's going on? Why is his mandate rising so quickly? That's really weird. Gained by recovering lost lands in China. But he's not recovering any lost lands. Maybe he made someone that wasn't a military commission into a new military commission? I think it just must be events. Well, we should be able to lower it anyway. And at least he hasn't got... positive mandate too much anyway. Darn it. Well, a little bit of devastation should sort that. So, it's time for war. I have done a little bit of coring because I did some maths, and I don't want to take admin ahead of time. So I've spent all the admin on coring that will mean that we still manage to take this technology exactly in time, rather than taking any ahead of time penalty. What else? We are 42 to their 30 military tech. We have 12 military tech levels ahead of them. Lovely. I have been giving gifts to the estates. They're all very loyal. The unrest situation is looking pretty good worldwide. There was some Irish separatism just now, but I've repositioned some armies to take care of that. One of the Russian armies is moving to Constantinople in anticipation of needing to deal with revolts in Egypt and possibly... some African ports once we do this truce break. But for now, hello Zhao. Time for war, Zhao. I also unmothballed my fleet a little while ago, but they're still repairing the heavies, that is. But I think our light ships should make quick work of the enemy here. How are they? They're at 41. I'll let them finish repairing before I bring them into active service. So we've got our 4 generals, which is our cap. No, we can have 1 more general. Generals help sieging more than more military tech does. So I am actually going to take another general. And he does have a siege pip. Nice. We're going to start off in the 30 stacks just until we get a solid engagement with the enemy. I don't want to, until we've done that, I don't really want to risk splitting up too much, so we'll stay relatively compact. In fact, we'll stay even more compact. Well, no, these three together will be enough. Is that a mothballed fort? Oh, you poor boy. Right, get that, get that, get that, get that. Nice chain of 4 provinces, all keeping each other safe. They only have, what is that, like 250,000 men now? Much less than last time. And Zhao, as soon as we kill a couple of his armies, I hope many of these guys will go more Liberty Desire. They just lost all Liberty Desire? Excuse me? Why? That's interesting. Huh. Maybe establishing tributaries gives him mandate, because he got a new tributary down here that I don't think he had before. Since we last fought them, I think 2 people have actually broken off independent. Not many rebellions, in actual separatist rebellions, but there were a lot of peasant rebels and stuff, keeping his devastation nice and high. Alright, in we go. We've got these 2 wars, which are ongoing. Those are just so that the tribes' levies remain raised. Unfortunately, Meiou and Taxes appears to have removed the length of war modifier. In the base game, you have a large negative length of war modifier, as in it removes reasons for peace at the beginning of the war, and then later on, it adds reasons for peace. It seems they've removed the second half. There is no longer a length of war modifier that adds reasons for peace. So the only way we're going to get to peace with Perm is next time we go to war with Muscovy. We're going to just use that to get access through, basically. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. And I need some nice endless wars as well. I got 1 up here as well. I always have 2 wars going on at all times to ensure that none end and mean the tribal levies go home. Because we currently have raised... Can I see that from here? Yeah, we've currently got 37 men from the tribes, which is pretty nice. And they're giving us about 15,000 manpower a year, which is good because we only make 187 a month. Although that's going to rise as some of these cores come in, but then, of course, it's going to plummet again as we take land in China. So, such is the nature of world conquest. We smash them at the sea. They've only got 21. Yeah, it's fine. The galleys aren't going to help them. This isn't an inland sea. Oh, there's some Lang troops. Might as well go wipe them out real quick. Also, I have some more generals I should actually assign. We are doing conversions. Egypt is being converted very quickly. If we pan over here, you can see that a bunch of them are showing as Catholic. They're probably not, actually. Alexandria might actually... Yeah, Alexandria is majority Catholic now. Nice. Over here, also actually majority Catholic. Nice. Cool. Some of them we've just been establishing some minorities. So Cairo now has 30% Catholic minority. All that kind of good stuff. But yeah, it's converting pretty rapidly. North coast of... Is there a name for this area of Egypt? What is that? What is that bit called? I don't know. But it converted pretty quickly. One little Orthodox holdout down here. Sorry, Chaldean holdout down here. Basically difficult to convert because of... They have some kind of modifier. Yeah. The Mount Lebanon Emirate is going to make them impossible to convert. I'm just not going to bother. Getting rid of that emirate requires mill points, and I have better things to spend mill points on, like single siege generals to use over here in China. Let's just deploy the other generals, just because we might as well, and then this guy can get on to help fight this guy. Perfect. Okay, let's... Oh, the frame rate. Let's fight the Second Great Chinese War. First tick on 2 sieges. Nice. The capital has already fallen. The war has only been going on like a month. Less than a month. And we've already taken the capital. Nice. I think behind this guy, sitting behind the line of 30s, could probably afford to split up and get some more rapid sieging going. Mandate is still dropping. I mean, this number is applying each month. They're just occasionally getting boosts for some reason. And I do not know why, and I don't like it. Let's go for... they don't have anything above a level 2 fort in actual Zhao territory. Oh, not true. They have a 4 there. Okay. 1-4. Not too bad. Anywhere else? Don't think so. The subjects, however, have 6, 6, 6, 7. Yeah. They're the problem, the subjects. But, you know, with a bit of luck, if we keep battering on Zhao enough, they'll get a... you know, they'll lose all their subjects if we could make them lose the mandate or whatever. I don't know how that mechanic functions, but we'll find out. In terms of what I've been spending my money on, I've stopped building most buildings. Just pumped it into estates, as I mentioned that I would. I'm also tempted to just keep going over the force limit on manpower. But I don't know, maybe building bigger and bigger cities is the better plan. You know, just to, you know, facilitate urban pop growth. Urban pop growth, you know. More pops, more people to recruit into the army, right? So maybe we should keep doing that. I don't know. It's very expensive, obviously, but that's fine. Money is basically no longer a concern. There's nothing I really want to buy anymore. We're just kind of rolling in it, really. Something else I did recently was I got a lovely minus 50% cost Diplo Advisor, so we're only spending 100 Monarch points. Sorry, 100 ducats a month for 10 Monarch points, which is lovely. Absolutely lovely. That's about it. Alright, back to trashing. Oh my freaking god. The full spectrum dominance is out of control. That was a 3-tick battle. We did outnumber them, to be fair. 3 ticks! And we killed them all. That's outrageous. See how quickly we can win this one. That's insane. Mercenaries taking the tiny bit of damage actually done to us, all done to mercenaries. Beautiful. Beautiful thing. So here we're going to be outnumbered about 2 to 1. They're force marching in to defend. I'm betting on the Imperials, honestly. In Skyrim, as in this. Bet on the Imperials. Alright. What do we reckon? Oh, look at the damage to us. More than 10 to 1. It's almost... Oh, it's like 16, 17 to 1 casualty count. Alright, that one was less good. But a 7 versus a 3. Bring it home. Or 8 versus 3. Some of our men are actually getting shot when they roll an 8. My goodness me. This is with lower morale, mind you. It's just that we have one whole freaking point higher tactics. It's unbelievable. Alright, bye-bye, China. This is truly your end. We are rampaging through. I've got 1 stack divided up into 2s that's just doing lots of sieges. And then once we capture a couple of forts so they can't move in here anymore, we'll split up some more to carpet this region. Nice. Caught him there. Then we can move in. That's not a fort. No, let's move straight to this fort. Get that done. Oh, hello. Actually a bad engagement at sea. Don't see a lot of those. Oh, it is an inland sea. My bad. I think we may have just lost a huge number of transport. Oh, no, trade ships. The big trade ship fleets are higher up. Well, you can't retreat for 10 days anyway, so that's fine. They might die, but we'll put the heavies in. Wipe out those galleys. The rebel suppression forces are still all in position and happy. Moving some more to Liguria. I wanted to show you, by the way, culture conversion. Sorry, I should turn the music on. Culture conversion is going pretty well. As you can see, the Neapolitans are coming around to our Umbrian way of thinking. Not that we are Umbrian, but of course Umbrian is close to us. The ones in Napoli itself, if we look at the pop data, they are at 93.8% conversion rate in the wonderful city of Naples, and many of these other ones will also be making progress, those that actually border us. How are you doing? Because we stated this, didn't we? Yeah, we did, early on, because there was a city, yeah, we were planning on maybe building a city here, but never really got around to it. Here, you know what? I've noticed you have an investment. How's the conversion going here? 4%! Not very good. Never mind. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the ridiculous strength of the Imperial army here, inflicting 10 to 1 casualties on a medium roll. It's insane. Alright, come on. Let's finish off this battle so we can actually take a look at this. There we go. We lost 6,800 men. They lost, what is that? 25,000. Nice. Just keep rolling around, stack wiping them with these. The kind of edge armies are the ones I'm actually having taking fights, while in the center we're just crushing through. Lovely job. This right here is the perfect demonstration of Imperial superiority. Look at this battle. Look at it. I rolled a 1, attacking into the mountains, and they are still going to take more casualties than me. Wait, I mean, once it finishes calculating, religion changes, because on the 8th of January it pauses for like 30 minutes. By 30 minutes I do mean, 30 seconds. There we go. It takes a little while to run that, like, 40,000 line event that it uses to calculate religion changes. We did get 100 papal influence from this year's conversions. A little insane. But yeah, okay, look at this. Yeah, okay, we actually did take slightly more casualties than them. Fair enough, fair enough. But still, we're going to win that battle, which is outrageous when you think about it. Alright, let's get here. Considering we're attacking straight to the mountains, 3-to-1 odds. We actually might lose it with those reinforcements. Fine, you know what? You know what, Battle of Zentzi? I will send reinforcements. So this event, last time it fired, where is Jing? Sorry, I got J-I-A. Where is this province? Jingxi? Last time this event fired, it seemed to kill some of my men. That's not a place, game. Don't use the city name. Use the freaking province name. Alright, I don't know where this is. Where's the we probably won... Yeah, okay. Here? No, I haven't won that one yet. Here. No. Alright. Forget it. Never mind. We're going to tell the men to stand firm. That's fine. I'm not going to spend... Yeah, was it here? It must have been here. Yeah, it was. We lost like a third of the army. This was a... Am I crazy? Look, yeah, it happened to this one too. I think all the mercenaries in the army disbanded. Huh. Very strange. These siege pips, siege ticks even, are becoming quite something. The speed with which we seize these provinces is becoming absurd. What do I got here? Yeah, 2-day ticks here, 4-day ticks here. Probably longer here, right? No, just 3 there. It's got a speed 2. This is, I mean, it's too many siege wins. It's just too many. Monthly ticks are taking a little while to process. I'll say that. Oh no, and an autosave. Alright, there we go. It managed it. It managed it. But yeah, the the siege tick, I haven't seen a siege tick over like 4 days in Zhao's actual territory rather than in the subject's territory in quite a while. It's pretty good. It's pretty good how fast we're tearing through here. I mean, look at this. It's insane. As well as some glorious conversions. Magnificent. Alright, give me a... There we go. Another siege victory. Fantastic. Well, there's not much to see here. We're just plowing through China. We got them all the way back down to 0 mandate, which means they have minus like 80% fort defense, which is pretty good. So we're going to be able to take, you know, a reasonable chunk of land in this war. And every time we do a big war against them, we're looting them, we're destroying buildings, we're causing all this nice hot province trauma. We're just hoping for that famine. A timely famine or a plague would go a long way right now. Even as it is, I don't think their urban development is doing too hot. Like, their capital has 2 urban development. One. They're really not doing very well. Up here in the north, probably doing a bit better. Yeah, 16 up here, you know, 16, 6, 1. These places have already been sieged once. But you start getting down here, the urban development, 15 there. That's not too bad. We should keep sieging that province a bunch. But yeah, doing pretty well. See, at this point, Zhao knows their place, right? 3-to-1 odds, and they're running. That was the wrong thing to press space on. So they're just running from us now, even when we're going to be engaging in flatland plains with 3 times fewer numbers. Feels good, man. And there we go. Less than a year and a half later, I think, we have defeated China. They're willing to give up a 100% peace deal. I think I should clear it and just reset the peace offer, because I don't know if it always properly calculates the fact that provinces have got cheaper when you loot them and things. Looks like that is the same offer. Cool. So that's what we're going to take. My men are all now hightailing it for the coast, so they can be immediately black flagged, and we can begin our second immediate invasion of China. I am going to let these sieges finish, obviously, because they're all just doing loot and stuff, generally making this land cheaper for us to take. Our loot pool stands at about 43.3 thousand. Not bad, but not nearly as good as we had in our first wars against China, of course. Those were good. Glorious times, I must say. Is there anything else I should be doing, like, decisions-wise right now? I don't think so. Nah, I think we're looking fine. Conversions continue. You know, life's keeping on, basically. It's been focused on sieging down China. Cost about 100,000 men to defeat China this time. If you recall, last time it cost about 950,000. So we have significantly cheapened the process of storming China. Speaking of manpower, do you guys have any manpower for me? They do not. That's tragic. Well, brace yourself. We're going to pull off the men to the ports, let a few more sieges finish, and then we're going to break truce, and we're going to have rebels for days. Oh, oh baby. That's a lot of rebels. They just suddenly rose up in China. Maybe we won't break the truce immediately. Maybe we'll let the rebels rampage around a bit first. I don't know, maybe we don't break the truce yet. Yeah, actually, I've changed my mind. We're not going to break the truce yet, partly because I want to allow these rebels to do their thing. So what we're actually going to do is peace out, let these rebels rampage around, cause all kinds of problems, and then we'll come back, like, next time we do a full war against China. That, I think, is when we'll break the truce, and by then, we should have stored up enough stability points that we might even be able to get back up to level 3 immediately. Well, I mean, that would be quite expensive, but we've got enough for level 1 right now, and we're 119 towards being able to go straight back to level 2 if we lost 2 stability right now. But, yeah, so I think we're going to peace out almost immediately. I don't want to lose any men to their rebels, and obviously I don't want to kill any of their rebels. So I think I will start shipping men out of China now. What are we going to do for the next 15 years while the China truce wears on? I think we will do a war against Muscovy. We don't have to do nearly as many wars against them as we do China. Just 2 more, actually. No, okay, we're not going to do a war against Muscovy. There's no point us holding loads of Orthodox and Sunni land in this terrible communication efficiency region before we absolutely have to. We're basically going to do that in like the last 50 years, I think. We're just going to storm through this whole region. Most of these places, like, you know, Mongolistan, come on. It's 26% war score. The Oirat, who have a different name apparently, are going to be 13. Jin. I mean, okay, they're 103, but that's because they're China. They have land down here. You know, it's going to be a matter of 1 to 2 wars to take this whole place, which means we could do it in 30 years, no problem at all. So basically, I have to resist expanding, because every time we expand, I raise my overextension, I lower my manpower gain. It's just not good. So, I mean, we are still going to have to raise it in China, of course, but that's, you know, I consider that a sunk cost. So we'll just, let's skip ahead to this. Peace in our time has been declared. Glorious. And we've got a siege on the last day of the war. Nice. Very nice indeed. And we took all the provinces that I had claims on, which means they were slightly cheaper to take in the war, and it's time to claim a new one. So I'm trying to make sure that's the highest dev province that they have that's in range for us to claim. Probably this one? Oh, that's actually from a subject. We want to make sure we focus on Zhao first, because of course theirs is the one with whom we will have the truce time issues. So there's a 45. That's pretty great. Okay, so there is our new conquests, representing about another 200% overextension. Manpower hasn't updated yet, I don't believe. So now we are safe to all head home. Oh, I took these guys to the wrong province. My bad. We're now all black flagged, black flagged, not cigarettes, and we can now all head home via this province. Seems good. We can all marshal there and catch the ferry. Get out of my land. Don't you do it. He did it. He finished the siege. How dare he? Awesome. Zhao's name is getting a little bad. All right, there we go. Zhao has conquest against all their subjects, and their subjects all have 100% liberty desire, so hopefully they will declare a unified independence war immediately. You can't support their independence if they're military commissions, apparently, which is a shame, but with a bit of luck, all these northern princes with their level 6 forts are about to break away. Let's hope so. Otherwise, I'm just going to ferry the men back to various places around the empire just to keep the peace. We're going to, next on the agenda, pretty much take, you know, invent a national anthem. And our national anthem is going to be so inspiring, people are going to take to the new world with expansion ideas. So, I think that's what we're going to do next. Look forward to that. But I think I now have enough recorded for this episode. It's very difficult for me to tell what these edited series is. But I hope you enjoyed part 18. part 18, I believe, of the MUNDUM SATIS campaign. I'll see you in the next one, in which we will begin our colonization, like, you know, in our own right, of North America, and also of Central Africa. Although we could actually offer these guys vassalization, so I think I might just do it that way. They'd be extremely cheap, Diplo points-wise, to integrate. Surely there's not much development here. Well, it's not nothing, but, you know, 30 development right there. It's pretty easy. Just do it via vassalage so we don't have to bother colonizing a province here. Although, I don't know. And the reason they're going to allow us to vassalize them is because they've adopted Catholicism as the syncretic faith, because their land is, like, what is that? 80% Catholic. Cool. Alright, well, thank you ever so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next episode, which I don't think it'll be the last one, but I don't know. We're getting pretty close at this stage. I'll see you. Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the MUNDUM SATIS campaign. We are doing our world conquest in Meiou and Taxes. We're doing pretty well, though I say so myself. The Chinese coast is almost entirely owned by us, and the inland, well, it's not looking so hot. We're hoping for a famine. That would be superb. There is also a huge number of Dao particularists roaming around. Can I see, like, if I try and support rebels, can I see how many rebels there were? I don't think I can. It's unfortunate. But there is a lot of them. There's at least 300,000 rebels right now rising against Zhao. And poor little Zhao only has 56,000 men. Oh, you poor boy. That's less than 2 armies for me. My lord. That is embarrassing. So I'm going to marshal the men out of China. And then basically we're just going to endeavor to not do much for the next 15 years until we get another truce with Zhao. I'll be doing, you know, investment around the place and estate management and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of wars, we're going to hold off because our overextension is tanking my manpower so badly. What we're basically going to be doing is just going for exploration ideas. And as soon as we take exploration ideas and get the very first idea in it, we are going to, or in fact, I think just pick the idea group because the game doesn't unpick idea groups for you. We will abandon naval ideas and then replace it with, I don't know, probably, we could take standing army, 5% manpower, yay, 5% manpower recovery. I mean, the attrition wouldn't be bad. Reinforce speed's okay. Leader wouldn't hurt. So maybe we take standing army ideas. Or just straight up quantity. Could be good too. But, I mean, the 15% modifier at the end is pretty good. Yeah, so that wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt at all. Maybe we take quantity ideas, just to try and combat our huge manpower problems. Could also take logistics for the siege speed, but we'll see. Representative, also a very solid choice. We just don't have the Diplo points for it, though, I think. We could just take the first one of representative. It's very tempting. The free assembly would be beautiful. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Hey, nice. I don't know if it's going to apply soon enough for it to actually matter, but the meritocracy is now starting to spread as planned. All those new art centers I built in war-ravaged India, and one in Persia and one in Yemen, are now starting to have meritocracy transmitted from them. A school of thought from a far-flung land is being debated here. Look at the province interaction, and so on. So that's because we have built, in these built places, art centers and universities in order to facilitate this this spread. And once it gets here, it might well be able to transmit directly to Dalmatia, because Dalmatia is the continental, and this is a continental. I think they might be able to make it that far, we'll see. If not, it'll have to go via Baghdad, which, yeah, nice, is ready for another civil art academy. And the one in Yemen, I was trying to build one here. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in time, though. I had to build up the city before we could build much actual art power stuff. Let's keep working on Gaza. See if we can get it going a bit there. I'm working on communication efficiency to India as well, building a city here and here. I was previously working on attempting to get communication efficiency to go here then here, but this province, unfortunately, I didn't notice, has a lack of natural harbour, which means you can't build any harbour buildings in that province except for the first tier, like the fishing port one. So we're going to do it here and here. So the idea is the communication efficiency comes in here to the port of this province, which you can't actually see, but I assure you is here. And then, you can't see it's the canal, I think. And then move across to this province, and then from this province it can go into Europe, rather than having to go, which it's currently doing, which I think is going here, 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 and here in order to get to India. That's where the communication efficiency is currently going out. But by upgrading the roads and things in these two provinces, it should be okay. Unfortunately, we've got rugged and we've got challenging, I believe, in terms of the terrain type here. But, yeah, you know, we work with what we've got. But yeah, it's nice. Meritocracy finally being transmitted. Probably, I mean, we might be able to embrace it before the end of the campaign. We'll see. I never have, ever. So, could be fun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yay. It's almost finished. Aquitaine. Aquitaine is going to get annexed next month, after this monthly tick. It'll take a while, because it's a monthly tick. But I wanted to show you the annexation of Aquitaine. And then after that, we'll do Toulouse. Or maybe Africa, because Africa is really struggling with rebels. And we could just kind of put a lid on that, build some forts in the right places. But there goes Aquitaine. Fantastic. Which gives us 100... Excuse me. After the monthly tick. Yeah, we have 100% control in the English Channel node. Glorious. Which means all my light ships I had there, preventing Aquitaine from stealing too much of my wealth, can be reassigned. We're not going to need these forts. There's no tensions here. Come on. We're all good Catholics in my empire. So we're not going to have any religious issues. Those little guys in Toulouse have converted by the looks of things. Nice. Just those two last little Irish holdouts now, remaining of Luther's Stain, as it has become known in my my headcanon. We rolled over a year yet? No, we haven't. National Anthem next year. It's going to be good. Yeah, so I think a quick annexation of Toulouse, although I'm going to pause on annexations because, of course, as soon as I take this tech, I want to have 240 something? 277 points available in order to be able to unlock conquistadors. Speaking of which, I suppose I should send an army to the New World, ready to go and be conquistadors. So let's prime these guys to go and do that once they've finished clearing up this little Sunni rebellion that Africa was struggling from. There's also these guys. I guess I'll send them across to deal with them. I suppose we could send these guys. These 11? Sure, you know what? Aquitaine? Worthy soldiers of Aquitaine. You are being commissioned. I need you to help me in my glorious task to bring the empire of the Holy Roman Empire to every corner of the globe. Zal's not doing so hot, by the way. We don't think we need these heavies anymore, actually. Oh, no, we might need them against Japan. Japan might have a bunch of galleys. Good, yeah, so we'll ship those guys across the New World, and they can go and explore for us. We recently had a general die. Oh, that's right. I already have these guys sitting out of the naval base in Hispaniola. That's good. We could use them as well. We probably want at least 3 armies exploring the New World, just so we can get it done nice and quick. Excellent, excellent news. All right, so holding off on any more annexations until we can get that wonderful Okay, and that's our third chord. Oh, no, it's not. There's one more. Never mind. Ignore me. I'll be back in... Okay, it's the 8th of January, which means... National Anthem becomes unlocked, followed immediately by Expiration Ideas, and in a mere, what is that, 20 Diplo points, that's 2 months, we will be able to take Explorers and Conquistadors. So, with that in mind, how many Conquistadors am I going to hire? He's not very good, we could fire him, though he has got a siege pip. We've got room for 2 leaders. Is 2 Conquistadors going to be enough to search this area, to find all the little nations that we need to annex, is the question. In time. I think it will be. So actually, you guys can go home, and we'll just use this army to explore. I'll have you rally to the other guys in India. We've done a bit of a rejig of the army. I've reorganized them all into these new 16-4-12 stacks. We don't have enough cannons, but we're at the force limit right now, and I can't delete units and regain manpower because I'm over the manpower limit. So we're going to live with what in the world just happened. Oh, okay, it seems to have fixed itself. I don't know what that was. Did you see that? I think I saw it on OBS. That is really weird. Okay, well, you guys can split, and we're going to get you each to a different location from which you will begin your exploration. So we'll go 1 here and 1 up here. Good. Excellent, excellent. And in fact, we can, ahead of time, turn on the Lapmarken Colonization Act to gain a colonist which means we should be able to colonize this. No, we have to actually take colonial ideas first. So I just wasted 1 Diplo point. But you know what? I think we'll survive. Diplomatic 40 is obviously not something we're going to reach, but as soon as we have Quest of the New World, I think we should be able to colonize that province. Awesome. Okay, we've got the conquistadors hired. Franz is going to go forth and explore South America for us. First off, he's going to find what this country is. And up in the north, we have Franz. He's going to set... I didn't even notice that. That's great. He's going to set off and explore North America for us. Unfortunately, we still can't colonize up here because when it says you have to have one of the colonial ideas, what that means is one of the ideas granting colonists in the exploration and expansion tree or in the global empire tree. I can't actually show you the global empire one, but it's the one that gives you 5% sailor recovery, second last one in global empire. I forget what it's called now. So we have to actually take 2 more exploration ideas, unfortunately. That will give us 2 colonists, so, you know, that's pretty good. Colonial range will be maybe helpful. Which means we didn't need to take this policy, necessarily, which is unfortunate, because that's 120 Diplo points I'm not going to get back. 1 a month for 10 years, obviously. So, you know, that's unfortunate, but oh well. Hopefully we'll still manage. Increasing administrative efficiency is making me think we are going to be able to annex all our subjects without too much of trouble. Doesn't mean we have to not start annexing a subject for a little bit, because I need this Diplo points to get those 2 ideas. We are getting... No, we're probably not going to get innovativeness for these ideas, are we? So, the other thing I'm doing right now is we're going to take the encyclopedia, which is going to give us 5% expansion capacity. Then, we're going to finally do it. We're going to accept our reward for the Sanctum Romanum Imperium and get our 10% core creation costs. And then we're going to do a whole bunch of coring. We shouldn't really have started any of these cores. I forgot about the Sanctum Romanum Imperium bonus. So that's fine. We're going to save up admin points until we're ready to get this. It's 10 years. You know what? I'm mostly doing this kind of stuff off camera. Let's do a little bit of maths here, just to show you the kind of things I'm quite regularly checking on to make sure I'm not mucking things up. So we're making 15 admin points a month, and there are 9 years plus 8 months left. So you got 9 times 12 months plus another... There's 9 monthly ticks left in this year. There's 117 months until we're going to take this admin tech. That's when this ahead of time bonus is going to go away. We're making 15 admin points a month. So we're going to make 1,755 admin points by the time we're ready to take this tech. The tech itself is then going to cost, what would that be? Half? Because 100% modifier? No, because the modifiers are additive. That's a bit more complicated. Let's say it's going to cost us... What is that? It's more than triple. Sorry, let's say 600 points, just roughly. So we're going to have 1,155 points. We currently got 299, so add that in. So we got 1,454 points when we take this technology in 10 years. That is under the cap. Good. So we don't need to spend any as we go along. Of course, if that was going to be a higher number than our cap, we'd want to spend them as we went along, because you get the overextension reduction as soon as possible. Our overextension is rising, but our manpower cap has actually risen since we started that war against Ming, which is pretty impressive considering we took a lot of land, a lot of extra overextension by seizing this, extra parts of this coast. So that's good. Our efforts to lower overextension and increase population and decrease autonomy in Europe and stuff are succeeding. And that is my next big financial project that I'm going to embark on now. In the aid of getting more manpower, I want to make Iberia, Germany, and Anatolia, Greece more centralized, more subservient to our whims. I want those men, those many manpower sitting available in these regions to come and sign up for the army so we can get some more manpower. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do some more road building, which, as you know, is my favorite thing. So far we have the following highway networks running throughout our empire. One going up here. This is the best place to cross the Alps, I believe, by the way. This is not quite as good, but it's actually better than going out here and then cutting across. I have done the maths on that one. Once we annex Champagne, we're going to be able to see the numbers, and Aquitaine. No, not Aquitaine. What are you? Toulouse, that's right. Once we annex those two, we're going to be able to see the numbers better, and we'll build a road through France. But for now, I think we're going to focus on Iberia as our first point of call. We may also want to build a Hungarian road going like Tyrol through here, but it might be faster to go via a port here. But we'll worry about that next. For now, we're going to concern ourselves with Iberia. So, the communication efficiency in Iberia reaches Valencia direct from the capital. Is that correct? That's not correct. It goes first from here. Interesting. And does it go from here direct to the capital? 101, I believe, is Liguria. Yes. Okay. So we want, obviously, we want the highest possible port here, which we can't get because we need Diplotech 40. Are we ever going to take Diplo? I mean, maybe we should get Diplotech 40. It would be pretty darn cheap. It's only 375 points to take this next one. But I just think the one tag is so appealing visually. If you can get, you know, Holy Roman Emperor written across the whole of Eurasia. In fact, the whole of... Is there a collective term for Europe, Asia, and Africa? I don't know. Is there one? I'm curious now. Anyway, I don't think we're going to get the highest tier of port. Could we even build one here? Like, do we have the... Surely we do, right? Grand City Hall. Well, I mean, we have the highest tier, so... And requires natural harbour. That's interesting. Anyway, that excluded, we need a port warehouse here, which means we need a city hall. So we'll start working towards that. We also, of course, need max roads in this province, because even if it's just going via sea to a province, I believe the roads in the local province still matter. Then it's going straight to Valencia, and we picked Valencia. Yeah, there's one down here, natural harbour. But I don't really want to run the communication efficiency from here in. Well, why not? Maybe we should do that. I mean, there's a natural harbour. Yeah, you know what? Let's play it smart. So we're going to... The communication efficiency is currently arriving here. And we're going to keep building up Valencia, as if we wanted the communication efficiency to keep going through there. But I'm also simultaneously going to build a port city down here. Apart from anything else, maybe we want a southern input for communication efficiency. Although... Realistically, we'd want that in Cadiz. Cadiz, where are you getting yours from? Yeah, direct from Liguria. So that's interesting. Why is Cadiz getting it from Liguria and Valencia getting it from Eastern Provence? Curious. Well, we're going to keep working on Cadiz and here. And then you are probably getting it from Cadiz, if I had to guess. No, direct from Liguria. If there was a better port in Cadiz, I think you'd get it from there. Okay, well, those are the things we're going to work on now. The port cities around here on the coast. All of them requiring larger city centres in order to facilitate ports. And we will also begin building one here. Okay, that's the plan. This city, this city, this city, and this city. And that should let us daisy chain communication efficiency more effectively into this region. Now, once those cities are all built, we're going to need a road network. There's already one existing from Valencia into the centre. We should build one from Cadiz moving in as well, because obviously we don't want communication efficiency to go from here all the way down to here. We'd much rather it just came up from Cadiz. And we're going to need one from here, heading... Honestly, maybe just in all directions. Maybe we just want this whole place to be paved. Maybe we also want to... Maybe we want to pave the whole freaking planet, man. It's plausible, isn't it? I don't know whether building roads everywhere or building individual... networks of these kind of roads is more effective. Let's go with networks for now. So Cadiz has no road. Oh my goodness. No wonder we're having communication efficiency problems in this area. And we're going to pay it all off with ducats, obviously, because we are ducat rich compared to other resources. Okay, we'll build one in La Mancha, and we'll do a kind of general bit of roadage around here as well. Granada is a small city. We've probably looted that quite a few times. Might have suffered in the Moorish uprisings as well. Moors uprisings, I guess. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on. Down here, I think we should focus... should we focus one at a time? We have a lot of income. Oh my good god, Perusa doesn't have a trade wharf. Panic. Alert. We need to get... this doesn't even have a port warehouse. Okay, we need to work on stuff down here as well. You, hopefully... Come on. Don't do me a bit down. Yeah, okay, good. Chaldiki has a really good one, so it's probably getting it direct. No, it's actually coming from 1042. I know where that is. That's Byzantium, isn't it? Yeah. So it's going to Byzantium because Byzantium has a local capital. So having a better port there is absolutely top priority. Okay, cool. We could colonize right away. We could colonize like here, for example. No, we couldn't actually. I think the only province we could colonize is this one, because all the other ones require colonial ideas and or Diplotech 40 or 50. Taiwan maybe? No. Don't think. Oh, maybe here? Yeah, okay. So we could colonize like here, up here, or here. Are any of those in? There are some in the Bengal trade node there. Do we really want to do that? How many people are there here? There's quite a few. I mean, more wealth in the Bengal trade node is never bad. I just don't think we want to bother with it, honestly. I think we're going to focus our colonial investment in the New World. All right. Well, I'll see you probably when we get the next 2 ideas. Wow. Okay. Well, this is going to fund a couple of ports. The spice trade. We get 6,283 ducats. Not bad. 20 prestige. And the price of pepper goes up by 50. Let's see how much more money we make just because of the pepper. 1,591 to beat. Let's see what that goes up to. I'm curious. And, of course, that's going to give us the money to do that. And then to do that. And then here we'll want... It's already got the highest one we could build, actually. No, so where else? Athens. We'll do that. Anywhere else? Well, we should probably help Egypt as well, right? How's the communication efficiency getting to Egypt? I should maybe be doing this... There's no natural port. Estuaries don't count. Boo. Humbug. Via Dalmatia. Oh, they've both got maxed out ports. Anyway, okay. But where is it going from to get here? 361. Where is that? I should know this. It's coming from... Oh, right, yeah. From Cairo, because Cairo has the local center of trade. Unfortunately... Sorry, not the local center of trade. The local capital. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to tell where communication efficiency is going when there's a local capital, because actually it's not coming from Cairo. It's going in, you know, you can't tell where it's going from to get to Cairo unless you send runners, and sending runners bloats the save file. I could send runners, reload, but reloading has like a 20% chance to crash this game, so let's not do that. I'm going to build one here, assuming it's going like that to get there, and also this place should have a maxed out one, which it does. Naples should have a maxed out one, which it does not. That is a good one to grab. Nice. That will help with it going down this coast. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's let the monthly tick happen and see how much more we're making from trade these days. I'm a little nervous about having the recording running while I do the monthly ticks now. Maybe that like 5% CPU the OBS is using is going to cause the crash. But we're looking okay at the moment. We have got monthly autosaves on. The save cleaner that someone recommended is fantastic, by the way. I adore it. Look at that. Not bad. Extra 40 ducats a month. That'll pay for some harbors. Look at Zhao, but sorry, my middle mouse button is... Oh, it's not very happy. There's a lot of particularists running around in Zhao, and they are at war. One of their subjects declared independence. There is unfortunately a problem where you can't support their independence, the subject's independence, and also they will never ally together and like collectively declare independence. It only happens one at a time. But I think Zhao has effectively no men. Well, it's got 55,000, but I mean, 55,000 isn't. There's probably level 6 forts up here. 4, 3, 2. It's not so good. But still, with all the rebels running around, they're having some serious problems. How is the, province trauma it's increasing. That's for darn sure. All right, awesome. Let's keep working towards those ideas. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so Imperial Peru just formed, and I didn't think it was really necessarily worth turning on the recording to show you just that, but I didn't realize, of course, Colonial Peru, very high development, plus 3 merchants. That is our second colonial nation to give us 3 merchants, with the other one, of course, being our wonderful Brazil here. How much development do they actually have? Imperial Peru. It doesn't actually tell us there. I think we can see here, right? Yeah, they have 612 developments. We can kind of infer how much it is. You need to have at least 100 to give 1 merchant, so we're working on building stuff in Haiti and Cuba right now. Mexico has 900, making quite the loss there, but not in debt yet. I've decided I was subsidizing my subjects earlier in order to make their finances balanced. I've decided we should actually just pay off loans, because paying off loans lowers liberty desire. So we should stop subsidizing and start doing that, which is what I've done. 3 extra merchants is fantastic. So I was just looking around the world thinking there are some places I'd really like to put merchants. For example, right here, there are 12 ducats going into the Adriatic Sea, which is not what I want. What I want them to do is go to central Germany and then go to Rhineland and then go to Hansa. That will mean it gets boosted 3 times by, like, what is it again? Yeah, 7.1% here, 7.1% here, and 7.1% as they go out here. So if we do that and send it that way, that'll give us a 7.1%, 7.1%, 7.1%. Nice little multiplier, increasing the trade value of that money as it goes through there. Oh, good lord. Sorry, I just made a determined attempt to swallow my own tongue. All right, where else? We could put him here for the 7.1% bonus on that 20, but I think there are better places. Like maybe China? Okay, yeah, we got... are we the only ones pushing? No, there are quite a few other people pushing, but they're small fry when it comes to trade power. So we should probably push them here. Another 22 ducats we can apply a multiplier to. And, oh, right now our finances are just going into... Xinjiang? I'm sorry, I have no idea. We'll send a merchant here. I mean, 22 ducats. Thing is, 22 ducats is not that high to apply a multiplier to, but the fact that it's all just going to be collected here by all these guys really irks me, because obviously we're not getting anything out of that. So let's transfer from here personally. Send someone in there. Good. Plus, as we gain control there, we can use the hostile trading practices or whatever it's called. Yeah, hostile trading. No, sorry, that's not the one I wanted. Inland trade routes give us siege ability and artillery bonus versus forts in this whole area, which will be really good when we're doing future wars there. Now, where else? Got one more merchant to place. Maybe our control... Ooh, interesting. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to do any wars. We are going to do some wars. We need to get full control over the... I'm going to call this the add-away node. Because... Can you rename trade nodes? Nah, shame. Because then, rather than sending money to the Moluccas and then straight across to the African East Coast, we can dramatically increase our income by sending it north to here and then daisy chaining it. Ah, no, because you can only go to Bengal. Damn. Yeah, that's annoying. If we could send it from here across to Goa or into Orissa, that would be really good, because then we could get this. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Yeah, 58 ducats. Plus these 14, we could get daisy chaining around through all the many links, getting boosted and boosted and boosted as the as it's that outgoing value. Should we have a merchant here? 50, pushing 15? That doesn't seem very worth it. We might reconsider that merchant. So where else is a good potential merchant placement? We got 14 here. That's not very good. 4 there. 8. I'm just looking at outgoing numbers because the merchant present. So there's the 24 there. No, sorry, we already sent someone there. That's right. There's probably a New World push, maybe? 10 to 2. 10 again. 11. Here's a potential. There's a 20 there. 14 there. I think maybe here. So where is it going? It can go either to the Northwest Atlantic or Iberia. Okay, so there's no daisy chaining possibilities through the Northwest. But if we send it to Iberia, it gets 1, 2... boosts. Very shortly, once we get Aquitaine, it'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 boosts. Sorry, it's got 3 already because there's a boost there as it goes into the Tyrrhenian. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably the best one. Sending it from here to Iberia. And the Caribbean trade value is going to increase as we gain more colonies on the eastern seaboard, Charleston, all that kind of area. Because these can send it to Caribbean, yes? Yes. And you send it to the Caribbean as well, don't you? Yeah, at least some of it. And Mexico sends some out to the Caribbean? Yeah. All right, so Caribbean seems a good place. We'll put someone in there. So is there somewhere we want to replace this guy with? Probably not. Maybe that's why we shouldn't go here. Because this merchant, sending 20 here, we only get a third of it. Well, significantly more than that actually comes out. Saying we have 37%. That does not look like 37% of that pie chart. We're also privateering this node, which is quite good. So we actually have almost all the trade power here. We could, wait, are you telling me these 5? Oh no, you guys are probably privateering the south as well, right? Is this the, Zhao? No? Who's privateering the Zhao Basin? Is it just these guys? God, my caravels must be amazing. Trade power 3! That is pretty good! Nice. Yeah, well, maybe let's try switching these guys to protecting trade and see if they can still command quite such a convincing portion of the trade power here. Where is it? There it is. Cool. And maybe we do the same up here. Now we've got a merchant there going there. He won't be there for 2 months. Yeah, let's switch over now. How much pirate control have we got? We've got 36% pirate control. But remember, they're more powerful in terms of quantity of trade power produced as pirates. Alright, you go there. Let's see how that goes. And then my other pirates, you guys are doing the north, presumably. Up in the... Yeah, good. The He Basin. Well, obviously we don't want to protect trade there right now. We've only got this one little center of trade over there. Cool. Okay. Well, we will see how that shakes out in terms of our trade income. Before those extra 3 merchants, we had 1615. See how it goes. No! For the first time, some of the Zhao particularists have actually come into one of my holding armies, just waiting for the next Chinese invasion. Look at this mess of a country. The problem is Zhao is at war with Jin. So they're not able to break the country. They're just going to keep rampaging around, causing this horrendous province trauma. See, the rest of the world, look at the province trauma amounts. There's barely any. The occasional plague causes a little bit of province trauma. Look how prosperous Italy has become under my benevolent rule. This is why Europe should have just submitted to me earlier. Really. We're just cleaning up some little nations. Songhai is dying, as are these two of the final 3 remaining South American nations coming to heal. We are exploring in the North Americas, finding all these many little nations soon to join my wonderful Imperium. All that good stuff. Meanwhile, building all over the darn shop. We got a lot of buildings underway at the moment. We're doing some serious increasing shipyards, trying to get that autonomy as low as possible. So we'll see how that goes. Well, there we go. I think... Oh, no, okay, there are some up here. All but 2 provinces that Zhao owns are now occupied by particularist rebels. Let's look at his autonomy map mode, shall we? Not so good. Not so fantastic. The province trauma continues to rise across his empire. I have realized that we need to end the wars that we are in. I've been in these 2 nonsense wars for a long time. The one against Perm started like 17 years ago. So we're going to have to go to war with Muscovy in order to get to Perm. It's a kind of Belgium situation. We need military access. They won't give it to us. So we're going to crush them. I don't think I'll take much land off Muscovy. I might not be able to resist taking 100% peace deal, though, because I am as I am. But we need to end the war because I need to abdicate. Franz Visconti. He is a scholar and righteous, both of which are pretty nice, but we have a modest 645. He has no reason to be modest, but apparently he is, and I want to abdicate. It's going to cost us some legitimacy, which is pretty bad because we lost some legitimacy in an event recently. I'm tempted to take some from the nobles, but their loyalty means a lot to me. I'm repositioning people to deal with the likely rebel hotspots that will be triggered by this abdication. As everyone knows, transitional periods are where you get problems. So I think we're going to need to have someone stay around Russia, Armenia. Wait, not Armenia. Is it Armenia? Which is the country that currently holds this area? It's the Soviet Union in Hearts of Iron, so I can't really be held responsible. Is that... No, Azerbaijan, right? Yeah, Azerbaijan and Persia. Those are the hot spots at the moment because they're like the only regions very far from our homeland that are both the wrong religion and not in a trade company region, which is what causes all the problems. So we'll send some people over there, get ready for the rebellion. Meanwhile, I am shipping half of the Chinese military contingent to go and deal with Muscovy. That's the plan. Oh, baby. There it is. Oh, it's felt like an age. But the greater nobles are ready to give us manpower again. 100,000 manpower, otherwise known as 1,000,000. Boom. We're slightly over our cap. The lessers wouldn't happen to have any for me. Not yet. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's good. Transporting those men, by the way, from China across here, ready for the war with Muscovy, which, as you can see, they are now all almost in position for, cost about 35,000 manpower just in on-boat attrition, which is quite something when you consider how many men dies just to move from China to here. I guess it was 1734. Cure for scurvy wasn't widely known until quite a bit after that. So that would make sense. You get a lot of dead men. Alright, so Muscovy War is next on the docket. Is Force Heretics actually better? Or is it just the same? It's the same, but it's worse on aggressive. And you can't take True Faith provinces, I think. Could be wrong, though. But we'll just go with Imperialism for the simplicity of it. When these guys are in position, clean up this area, and then, after ruling France, he's had a fantastic reign. He will quietly step aside and become a scientific advisor or something like that. Oh, I forgot. I need to be promoting these two. Unfortunately, I don't have a half-price Diplo advisor anymore, which is going to make this guy very expensive, 100 ducats a month. We are raking in 800, though, so that shouldn't be too bad. Right. Muscovy killing time. And there is our colonist idea. 2 colonists, which brings us to 3, and pretty, please don't be broken, don't be broken, don't be broken. With a bit of luck, we just have to... This is definitely in colonial range. With a bit of luck, we just have to wait for a monthly tick. Cross your fingers. I'm just debating which nation we should annex next, diplomatically, because we've got all the ideas we need now. Unfortunately, we can't colonize the New World because we have the Lapmarcan Colonization Act active. One of the M&T team was kind enough to explain that's why it was here. Let me be more specific in my thanks. Justice Fighter, thank you. It was very nice of you. He explained that because... I feel like I did know this once, but clearly I forgot in this instance. When you have this active, you're not supposed to be able to colonize anywhere outside of the place it's designed to let you colonize. In this case, you know, this area and this area. I think we already did this one and this one. Maybe this one as well? I don't remember. I think it's just these 3. Maybe here as well. Let's start uncolonized. I can't remember. Oh, here we can check actually. It's just these 2 because this one still has a Swedish core. Yeah, we can just check from the culture map mode. There you go. It was those 2 that we colonized. So unfortunately, having that active is blocking our colonization. I can't repeal it until 1740, and obviously we're on a clock in terms of getting to nations up here. Is that? That's a nation border. That is a very high priority discovery. Okay, we need... I need a mercenary over here immediately. And we'll put a guy in charge and walk over there and then immediately declare war on this nation before they can migrate away. Because that will let us start our colonization process deeper in. We do get colonial range from our subjects, right? I think. Possibly not. Based on the fact that these provinces are showing red. But that might be just because we can't see them. Anyway, so which guy are we going to integrate next? Champagne is a good option. The reason I like Champagne is it means I could send money from the Western Mediterranean north into France first, and then into Northwest Atlantic, which would give an extra bit of cash there, because we can divert money, well, once we annex the Kingdom of Africa, being able to send money through the Western Mediterranean would be profitable, because from here, we're sending it directly to the Northwest Atlantic, which is very inefficient, right? Because we want to have it as many chains as possible to get that outgoing income bonus. So I'd much rather send it, like, here. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, once we have these European guys all annexed, we'll be able to send the money to Chad, from Chad to Egypt, from Egypt to the Barbary here. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 outgoings compared to 1 outgoing. Or we could send it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So if we can annex Africa, Champagne, Toulouse, that seems like the best order for now. Or maybe, yes, let's annex Toulouse first, I think, which gives us full control over the Western Med in the short term. That gives us these extra 3 ducats. And I know I'm kind of quibbling over crumbs, but that's just the way I play these games generally. I mean, Africa might give us more manpower. We could probably get pretty good autonomy in the Kingdom of Africa. Yeah, that's better reasoning, actually. Although, of course, you know, Manpower just kind of sorted itself with that vast income from the Graters. Who's got the largest development? It's going to be Africa, isn't it? Yeah. Africa is obviously going to bring with it some religious tension. Yeah, let's do Africa last. We're going to start with Toulouse. Cool. We're going to do, what, how many per month? 9 per month. Good, so we're not actually going to go negative on Diplo power. Excellent. Okay, so I'll find that nation. We will colonize this and or repeal the decision when we get to 1740, whichever happens first. Sounds good. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, the Lake Chad idea is already better. Because we're sending this directly to the Northwest Atlantic, right? If we instead sent it to Chad, we would get, we'd lose 3% here, in that it would be collected. We would lose 2% here, in that it would be sent to the Barbary Coast. But at that point, it just gets, we get 85% of it anyway. So we're not actually losing 2%, we're losing 15% of 2%, which is, you know, very small number. We lose 1% here, only in that it gets forwarded. How is the 1% being used here? What are you doing? The Papal State is transferring forwards. But 0 is going to the Trinian Sea. How is the Papal State using... Maybe it's just rounding down, because they don't actually have 1% control. They have like 0.0 something. Maybe not quite that low, but... So if we send it to Chad, we will get the 7.1% bonus here, here, and here, and get it into the Adriatic where we collect 100%, which is much better than sending it just straight to the Northwest Atlantic. So that's not crumbs anymore. Check this out. So we're currently making a truly obscene amount of money from trade. All right, 1856. Good lord. Let's see what we're doing once we send it that way. Oh baby, that's what I'm talking about. 2,000 ducats this time, because now that trade is going up here. It's being boosted once, twice, 3 more times before we eventually collect all those juicy ducats in the Adriatic Sea. Nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. So he's still worth having there. I have recalled a merchant from down here, which is going to mean that we make slightly less money because the 10 he was sending up here will no longer be boosted an extra 2 times, because half of them are going to go that way. So we'll lose 5 ducats there, but I think it's more worth it. So that's 5 ducats was going to be boosted 2 times. Essentially 10 ducats, slightly more, because 10% higher. So I think sending him here will actually be more effective to boost this 20, which then will go into the system at this point. Cool. That seems good. Okay. All right. Now, war with Muscovy time. Muscovy has a staggering, like, 2 regiments. It's hilarious. Where are they? Muscovy? They got 3 infantry right now. They're in a bit of a bad spot since, you know, we seized Moscow and ruined their communication efficiency, and the whole country's going to hell, and they've got a huge Sunni minority in the south that's been repeatedly rebelling against them. In their colonization east has totally failed to convert the locals. Oh, they've got a little bit of Orthodox going on here, but really very, very little. So war against them should be pretty easy. Let's go. Oh good, some Sunni fanatics. Come on! I'm fighting against someone who's oppressing the Sunnis. Surely you should be on my side. You know how I said I might take some land from Muscovy? Yeah. Well... about that. We're taking everything west of the Urals. And a little bit more east of the Urals as well, but who's counting? We're going to have some serious unrest here for a bit, especially when we take that stability hit. But, I mean, look at Russia. That right there is some glorious conquest. Muscovy will not bother us again. Perm can be fully annexed. Fantastic. We won't have to worry about walking through these huge provinces again. Took a little bit, that war. Just about a year. We are rolling in ducats, not in small part due to our rearrangement of the trade through Lake Chad, these oasis provinces and all that good stuff. Imagine the quantity of wealth currently traveling through these little oases. They are going to be drunk dry as people bearing the spice and the china and comes out of India, tea, all the other main produces in India. I don't know. Anyway, vast quantities of wealth being funneled through these tiny little provinces. Anyway, yeah. So much for Russia. Glorious. Ah, I see Zhao finally somewhat handled their crap. They have quelled the rebellion, both the Jin rebellion in the north and the internal rebellion. Cool, good for them. Won't do them much good though. If you look at their, when I say quelled their internal rebellion, they almost certainly fell to it. Yeah, economy increased across the whole freaking country. Nice. Okay, and there's peace with Great Perm. The unrest situation has yet to become clear because we still have the martial law in this region, but we will see. I'm going to place units preemptively around the region, ready to deal with what I assume will be a large religious uprising. Oh, we also have some superior unit types. We'll have done for absolutely freaking ages, I imagine. Now we are at peace, which means it is finally time for Emperor Franz I Visconti to step down, allowing August, glorious August Visconti, to take the throne. We will lose 20 legitimacy, which will hurt, and he does have some pretty great traits, which is a shame to lose, but the 6 administrative skill of August will see us right. We're going to lose 50 prestige as well. The ruler is dead. We will host a... Oh my god. It's a good point. I had forgotten about this. We are going to lose some money because I am going to pay all 10,000 ducats to host a massive celebration. So we're going to go into debt for a little bit here. New decisions because we can appropriate church property. Yeah, the stability points seem good if the church goes along with it. We're certainly not going to cause a fuss if they were to refuse. All right, already back up to 85. Not too bad. And now making 17, I believe. Yeah, look at that. 17 administrative points a month. Very, very nice. Well, I'm going to call it a part there. I think that's a appropriate moment to end. Russia swallowed up into the Holy Roman Empire. Our font, where is it? Oh, God. Our font a little bit squirrely, but that's just the way it goes. Cool. So in the next episode, we will take Encyclopedia, giving us some more expansion capacity. We will activate the mission, and we will do a whole bunch of coring to lower our overextension. We're not gaining any manpower, I think. You don't gain when you're over the cap, I believe. Could be wrong, though. Get some more tax income for a lower extension. Anything else in the next episode? Zhao? How far is it off your truce? 7 years? Yeah, probably war with Zhao, I guess. So we better redeploy the men over there and fighting a bunch of rebels in Russia, in all likelihood. Truce break time with Zhao once we have the encyclopedia. Fantastic. All right, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.